Hello, this is a quick video tutorial on your diagnostic essay. Before you begin your diagnostic essay, I just wanted to show you some resources that will help you. First, you need to know how to structure your diagnostic essay. If you look underneath week 1, if you'll scroll down, look under Module 11, under Week 1, and select letter A, MLA Basic Essay Formatting. This is going to be the essay structure and format that you're going to use for every test essay and our final argumentative proctored essay as well. You can copy and paste if you want to from this particular document, or if you want to download this document, you can. Obviously, you need to, take the red notes out and also add your name first and last. Of course, my name will remain the same, the course code will remain the same, and the date will be the date that the diagnostic essay and obviously other essays will be due. And it is structured as day, month, and year, which this year will obviously be 2019. MLA hasn't changed the structure since then, thankfully. Now, the title of your essay, you don't want to title this diagnostic essay. Okay, that would be extremely lazy and boring. Use an essay title that is going to overview your past writing experiences, whether those are positive or negative. Okay, you might have my English nightmares. Okay, that might be your title if you had horrible experiences with writing in English. On the other hand, you might have positive experiences like the joys of writing. Okay, it's up to you the route that you want to go. You can use a statement, you can use a word, you can use a sentence for your essay title. Now, for your essay title, you don't bold, underline, or place it in quotations. Also, make sure that you have your essay's entire spacing set at double space. The font style needs to be Times New Roman, and the font size needs to be 12 font. On the top right-hand page, you need to set a header with your last name and page number. There is another way that you can set the header that's maybe less confusing to some of you. If you're using Microsoft Word, if you go into Insert, you can click Add Page Number, and you'll select the structure where the page number is on the right-hand side, and then you'll just have to click before the page number and type in your last name, and then it will repeat on each page. To me, with the new Microsoft Word, it's easier to do it through the page number option than the header option. Usually through the Google Docs, it's a little bit easier with the header, with your last name and then the page number. And again, you'll continue that through the next page with the last name. Now, in the future, you may have works cited pages, which we'll go over that later. You shouldn't with this particular essay because this is more of an expository first-person narrative, so you shouldn't need a works cited for this one. If you do need a works cited, just give me a quick little email and I can activate the MLA module, which is going to be showing up later, but if you need it now, I can activate it. And this would be where you have your works cited page, is the last page of your essay. Now, before you actually begin your diagnostic essay, if it's been a while since you've even written or typed an essay, there are a few places you may want to go to refresh your memory on essay writing. Module 7, Collegiate Writing, Expectations of College Writing. If you click on letter A, now you'll need to download this and have it in a slideshow, and make sure you have either headphones on or have your speaker turned up. But there's going to be a little speaker icon at the top right of every single slide. If you click on it, you'll hear me lecture on each of these different types of just writing techniques that you need to try to use, maybe some mistakes you want to avoid, just informal tokens of writing that you want to avoid. Also, there's a handout that overviews just basic formalities and content for college level essays. Now, I did not create the formal writing video, but I think you'll find it helpful. And this is also another handout that overviews just common errors that you want to avoid. The letter E, the plague of procrastination, I didn't make this video, but I just think it's funny. Please don't be an individual who procrastinates with your work and your writing, especially with an 8-week course, because as we know, it never turns out well. And this is just kind of a comedic video that shows that it doesn't turn out well for this particular individual. Also, Module 8, Structure of an Essay. Again, if it's been a while since you've written or typed an essay, you may want to look back at this information. I have a similar audio lesson PowerPoint as the one that's in the Module 7. If you download it and view it in a slideshow format and click on the speaker, you'll hear me lecture on each part of an essay, whether it's your introduction paragraph, your thesis statement, topic sentences, body paragraphs, how to create good examples and details for your body paragraphs, and also your concluding paragraph, how you should structure that. Also, there's different handouts. The essay that you're writing for the diagnostic essay is an informative essay, so you might want to remind yourself what an informative essay is and what its introduction looks like. Later in the semester, we're going to be writing an argumentative essay, and this shows you kind of the difference between those and the tones, because you can have a different introduction for those types of essays and different thesis statements for those types of essays. The introduction paragraph, this is just a handout that you should find helpful in creating an introduction, which is the first paragraph of your diagnostic essay. Also, that includes your thesis statement. If you're not really good at thesis statements, letters D, E, F, G, those all overview thesis statements, whether it's handouts, whether it's PowerPoints of how to create a good thesis statement. So I don't want to see any diagnostic essays without a thesis statement. This gives you information on creating a solid thesis statement. Also, if you have trouble with your body paragraphs, those middle paragraphs between the introduction and the conclusion, you have some information on that. The overview of the body paragraph structures, that shows you different types of structures you can use for your paragraphs, whether it's chronological or spatial. Those are just two options out of many. Also, you have what's called the Texas method of body paragraph planning. That's a common structure that many individuals use for their paragraph. And you may want to use that acronym, Texas, to kind of help you ensure you have a good, solid, well-developed body paragraph. And there's, other handouts here, but I think you'll find them helpful as far as with the body paragraphs and also the conclusion paragraph as well. There's some other website links from other college or writing labs from universities that I think you'll find helpful. Those are listed as well. So make sure, if it's been a while since you've written an essay, look over those two modules 7 and 8 before you get started. Some of you, I know you can't just sit down and type an essay. If you need any help with pre-writing, like whether it's brainstorming or idea mapping, these are some really great resources under Module 9. It's just some of these are interactive, like you'll notice with C, D, and E. Some of these things you can print out. Some of them actually create your pre-writing on your computer, and you can print it out or just have it saved. But if it's been a while since you've written an essay and organization is just kind of, difficult for you, these pre-writing techniques can help you do that. And if you've forgotten what pre-writing is, it's you pre-organizing your thoughts for your essay. You're planning before you jump into the process of writing an essay, and these can help you do that. Also, just some other websites that just help with essay writing if it's been a while since you've had to write an essay. OWL Purdue is probably one of the best places. It actually has, you just go to the website, but then you can type in and search for different types of essays, help on thesis statements, MLA documentation. So this is a really good place to go. Now, after you read over, modules 7 and 8, and maybe even 9 and 10, then you want to go actually to the diagnostic essay assignment drop box. Now, that is underneath number 11. You'll click on letter B. Now, this diagnostic essay is going to be due on Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. this coming Sunday. Now, as far as the directions, okay, and I kind of mentioned this in my introduction, I have not instructed most of you, maybe not even any of you, on writing or English, grammar, content, whatever you think of when you think of essay writing. Really the craftsmanship of writing is what all those things would be considered. So I need to see where you're coming from, what type of instruction you've had, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. So that's what the purpose of the diagnostic essay is. So what I would like for you to do is I want your topic to be my past writing experiences. This is a type of writing called meta writing. Okay, you're writing about your writing. Okay, I want you to discuss at least three past writing experiences. They can all be positive. They can all be negative, Maybe you want to talk about 2 good, 1 bad, 2 bad, 1 good. It depends on just your background. And these writing experiences, they don't have to be all academic. I don't want you to think of writing just what you do in the classroom. It could be things that you do in your personal life or on the job. As far as for your personal life, maybe you write letters. Maybe you write emails. Maybe you write social media posts. Maybe you just text. Maybe you write music lyrics. You could also write poetry. Maybe you write in a journal. Okay, I'm hoping you get kind of an idea. So writing doesn't necessarily have to be just strictly academic writing. It can be personal writings as well. As far as professional writings, these are writings that you do on the job, memos, emails, maybe reports that you have to do. Most of you I know are probably going to write about your academic experiences. Maybe you had some assignments that were just truly enjoyable in a particular English class. Maybe you had some particular assignments that were torturous, like you just, shiver when you think about the experience of maybe that research paper that was, 20 pages long and, you didn't do well on it, and maybe you didn't get the greatest instruction from your teacher, or maybe no instruction from your teacher. So let me know from your past how you view writing. Is it a positive or a negative experience? This just gives me a little background on who you are as a writer and also your emotional kind of feelings toward writing. Hopefully we don't have a class full of haters of writing. I'm hoping we'll have a few that have had some good experiences. But I don't want this to be a continuation of that disdain and hatred. I'm hoping I can learn from what you disliked about certain classes or certain writing experiences and what you enjoyed, so I can bring some of that hopefully into the class, or at least into future classes for other students. As far as the length, you need to have at least 5 paragraphs. You need to have an introduction paragraph, okay, which has an introductory lead-in device like a question or a quote. Now, if you use a quote, you need to give me where you found it, like dictionary.com if you define a term. It could be a statistic. It could be a little quirky story or joke, as long as it's relative to your topic. Then your thesis statement needs to overview those 3 experiences. Now, your body paragraphs, you're going to have at least 3 body paragraphs. Your topic sentence should very clearly overview each experience individually. And then in each body paragraph, you need to discuss those writing experiences in detail. If it was for a class, what class was it? What was the assignment? Okay, what did you like or dislike about it? If it's for your job, what is your job? Or what was your job if it's a past job? What was the type of writing assignment? Okay. Did you enjoy? Did you dislike this? What type of writing was it? If it's, journal writing, why do you write journal writing? Did someone introduce it to you, a family member, a friend, or is this just something that you do as a release of your emotions? Give me that background that really lets me know you as a writer and as an individual. That's what I'm looking for. Now, after your body paragraphs, you're going to end with your conclusion. Now, don't just blurt out something. Most of you just kind of wing your way through your conclusion. Look at some of those concluding techniques that I mentioned. Review over your thesis statement. Don't just copy and paste it from your introduction. That's lazy. You need to restate your thesis with different language, but the same ideas. Okay. Also review over your major experiences. You can do individually sentences, or you can just kind of overview them in one sentence. And don't forget that concluding sentence. It can be a rhetorical question. It can be a projection of maybe what you think is going to happen in your life in writing. It can be a funny, just kind of concluding idea. Again, you can use, just a quirky statement. Maybe someone said something funny to you one time, an instructor, and you were left an impression by that quote from, this professor or lecturer. You can end on that. You want to have something as your last sentence that we as the reader can carry with us. Now, after you finish your diagnostic essay, you're going to, of course, be submitting it. Now, you're either going to be essentially typing this in Microsoft Word, or you're going to be typing this in Google Docs. I prefer for you not to use the text box for the diagnostic essay because it's not going to pick up on the grammar. If you need assistance as far as with submitting an essay, if you look under those Canvas instructional videos, it tells you how to submit assignments. But if you still have trouble, even after viewing those those instructional videos and handouts, let me know. I look forward to reading your diagnostic essay, and I thank you for sharing with me your past writing experiences. Email me if you have other questions.